Is your sound on? Hold on. Still? But I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
10 years later. Hold on.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
I really appreciate you.
Oh, you as well. I need you.
Oh, you're so funny. Oh my God. I don't want to say anything, yes. But how do you think the lesson went?
Honestly, the part you didn't see went really well. I was so impressed with them yesterday. But there was a lot of talking but today they did much better. I think like after we debriefed and I talked to them about, how yesterday went, today they did much better too. But yesterday was okay. I do think it went better than the previous weeks, and improvement is all I expect, just some progress. So I don't expect perfection, but I feel like, because I went over the rules. I think I went through them too quickly during January when I first got here. And then my expectation was that they already had it, but I didn't give them enough time. So I think reviewing that, what the expectation is, and having it posted it made a difference yesterday, where they could even reference that and actually I posted it Tuesday, and I think just having that every day has made a difference.
Yay. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I lost my nose, but I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened. Okay, so I think, like I said, I think it went really well. You did school. I mean, you were very strong at the beginning and explained.
Okay.
And I saw you pull more than one group. Okay.
Yeah, I was able to get to more than one group, right? Yes. Even though we had a short amount of time, I was able to get to more than one group, yes.
That's good. You did very well. I'm very proud of you. I think you did good. I guess only a couple of questions. Like, so what did you work on in the group?
So in the group, and this is something that the school is expecting us to do, they're having issues with, and I meant to tell you that beforehand, or they expect them to do what's called a 3-point response, which is basically they have to answer in a full sentence, and they have to use part of the question in the answer. And that's something that everyone is really having a hard time with. And so in our meeting on Wednesday, they were saying we really need to push that. So I was pulling them into the groups and looking at their responses, and then kind of just showing them, because they want us to post it in our room, but I have to teach that. And teaching it in whole group apparently didn't stick. So I said that I would just, and that's normal. I mean, they're 8. I get it.
No, I understand.
Yeah. And so just pulling them into small groups to show them exactly what I mean by, if it says, how is this different from this, then you say, this is different from that because, just using that in a sentence, because it's very important for I-STEP next year, and they have to get used to it. Yeah. So that's what we were working on.
Okay. So that's cool. I did have a question. So how many students turned in the assignment?
So they most of them did, some of them finished with me. Mm-hmm. And because I have different expectations for different ones, some of them it's not going to be.
I understand.
Yeah. And so some of them finished with me, and others I did give them time during quiet time to finish. So by the end of the day, out of 21, I probably had like 16. Mm-hmm. And then there were a couple who just abandoned it. Yeah. But I kind of got enough that we can kind of work on that kind of thing. But that's just kind of something that they do and they've done. And so we're just kind of working on, persevering through things and completing assignments too.
No, I totally understand. Like I said. Yeah. So my question for the back, the students who picked the group, what's their expectation? The students that got to pick the book buddies, like in the back.
Yes.
What's your expectation for them? So I know. Okay,
so the ones that were book shopping?
Yeah, book shopping. What is that?
Yeah, okay, so book shopping. So there's a book shopping schedule. So Monday through Thursday, different groups go and they get to pick books for their book bins. And that's books that they can read during silent reading time or during quiet time or anytime they want to read a book. They have a set of books, but they have to have a day each week they can shop. Yesterday, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just showed her myself, but I had the ambassador, who is like our classroom representative. Yeah.
Kudos to that.
Yeah, he was showing our new ambassador how to teach somebody else how to bookshop. But then he ended up getting bored because you got two people doing the same thing. So I noticed, I said, oh, and he's real bright. So I know he was just like, Lord. Because even today he said, yesterday was my bookshop day and I didn't get the bookshop because I was showing him how to bookshop. So we had a new student. Actually, I got a new student again today too. I've gotten 3 this week.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I know.
Okay.
And so he was showing him how to shop for a just right book. And that's just the ambassador's job. So that was their expectation. And that whole thing with book shopping, we're still tweaking things and working things and going over it. Because eventually I want them to be able to do that independently and pick out their books. I'm, trying to get more books over there so they can pick out books on their own and then take some books home.
Okay.
Because we don't have a library.
Yeah, you did tell me.
So, I try to provide, because they have to have some books, and some of them don't have any at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of what
Thank you.
I am. I was a little worried. You was like, oh, you can't come because I don't know what and I
because we get stuff at the last minute. And I'm like,
yes, I understand.
Okay.
So thank you again for letting me come in your classroom.
No, I'm glad you were able to come and able to get enough, out of the day. Yeah.
So I guess next week I'm gonna show you a little bit about what phase 3 and phase 4 looks like.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just come in and have one more viewing, and then that's it. We're gonna debrief.
Okay.
That'll be the finish. That'll be the total end.
Well, if you want to come afterwards, you can.
I love you.
I don't have I-STEP. I'm not a testing grade, so it doesn't really affect me. So if you want to come, or if you have some feedback, or just suggestions for anything, because I'm still adjusting. So please feel free to come in. Like I've told so many people, that Dr. Flowers, I told her she want to come in because she's real critical. Yeah. She'll be like, Cassia, watch your face. Don't just do that. Don't, you don't have to be so, she thinks I'm so mean, and I'm not.
No, not at all. No.
And I tell her, I said, they know my sense of humor, and I know who I can play with and I can't, but she's like, oh my gosh, you're so mean. But yeah, so yeah, anytime. Okay. Even if it's after that.
No, I just want to kind of get a brief viewing on how is this going to work for a long time,
right?
Period. Yeah. Just to get a little snippet of it.
Okay.
I love volunteering, and I love working 2 jobs.
Right, I know, right?
It's gonna be a little rough doing this ongoing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if it could work, and hopefully we'll continue eventually. I guess with another school, or talk to Brooke to kind of see how this plays out, or what you guys think, and tell her. And then, like I said, next week we're gonna debrief at the end, and then we're gonna go over what are some things that worked, what are some things that didn't work, and you could tell me some of that things. Okay.
All right. Well, so far I don't see anything that didn't work. But so what are my goals? Are you gonna write out my goals for next week, or something I can work on? Or
oh my gosh! Well, I was just gonna talk about multiple, just kind of plan out what are some multiple things that you could do. Because right now you're trying to get the pattern down, so a lot of the activities are going to be a little easier.
Yeah.
A little easier for them to finish, because you want them to be successful in completing the job.
Right. Yes.
So it's going to be something that they all can do, and so they feel successful in completing it and turning it into the basket and their proud.
Okay.
I think next week, we're just gonna just continue. I'm gonna show you a little bit of 3. Maybe you can do an extra, but I don't want to push them because it looks like the 2 was a little challenging to get through.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We're still working through that. And it takes a while to build the culture and all that stuff. So, and then with all the snow days and holidays and, right. We got to reset all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to give you any more goals because I don't want you to work on them and then, it's it. That's
okay. Right.
What am I doing? Look, and I kind of want to end it on, something that you were successful with, and I'm very proud.
Okay. Thank you.
Yay.
That was.
Other than that.
No. So, what's your next step? are you going to do something where it's just totally where teachers are recording themselves and, you know, submitting it and then you give feedback, or what's the next step?
I don't want to have teachers recording themselves. As a teacher,
okay.
I'm thinking of all the things that you said you have to do and is on your plate. That's one more thing. You like, I got to push the button too?
Right, yeah. Like you're going to find yourself at the end of your lesson, you forgot to push the button. You're going to be sad. Yes.
Yes, so that's bad. So I'm trying to get an outside vendor to just keep the recordings in the classroom for the year.
Nice. Okay.
And then I would just give constant feedback. And it's going to be some weeks that we may not have a goal where you're saying, you know, Cassandra, I'm ready. This is enough. Let me work on this for a month or something. And then you're like, okay, what do I do? What I got to do next?
Okay.
You know, and so I think each teacher has individual skills. Like, you know, Jacoby has his individual things that he's working on, and you.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the mentor because I don't think, did you guys get to speak to each other on the question?
Not yet. We haven't. Oh.
No, girl.
We thought we were Wednesday and we didn't. Yeah, we just,
Yeah, so that's why I think it's like the less the teacher has to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So all I want to do is be able to conference with you weekly and say, hey, how'd it go? Did it?
Okay.
I didn't get to it. Shit failed. You know,
right.
It is what it is. And I respect that. And so I appreciate you for being honest.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you understanding. I really do. Because some people don't. Like, they think we just sit here and have recess all day. Like, no, we've got so much. Yeah.
I thank you again for letting me kind of letting you be the guinea pig of this.
Yes. Yeah, I can't wait to see it blossom or whatever you decide to do with it. So
yeah, and so like I'll send you some feedback or some things that I saw on Teach Boost. But other than that, you know, next week will be the same thing. I'll put it in and then leave. Okay. And then we'll debrief, and that will be the end.
Okay, and one more thing. Will you do like because I like the little video clips of the lady.
You like that?
Yeah, yes. And I think, I know, I'm so corny.
No, I was going to take that out because I was afraid that people were like, you know.
No, because that's what I do anyway. Like when I'm about to teach them something, I'll go on YouTube and watch other teachers teaching, and some of them like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Or I'll be like, oh yeah, there's some great teachers on YouTube that really show me different, because like any procedure you want to teach, like I have this one, she's called One Fab Teacher or something like that. Oh, she is awesome. Like I just go to her and I'm like, oh, she got 100 videos. And I'm like, oh, what does she do to do this? Or that's where I got like the idea of like naming the tables names instead of numbers, you know, just kind of, just all types of stuff. So yeah.
I think that's a great idea. But so, I do it only because it's based off your needs. Like I cut that video up. It was like a long ass video. I'm like, wait, am I gonna watch this long video? And so I cut it up based off of the things I thought you need, and then like, so okay, that's good feedback.
Okay.
I'll do 3 and 4 just because you want to know like all the pieces.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and then that's it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks again.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how you turn this on.